A long time ago, Mahatma Buddha was traveling from one kingdom to another with his monks. His most beloved disciple, Ananda, was also with him. The sun was very harsh, and as they kept walking, it became afternoon. Buddha felt a little exhausted. He noticed a huge and dense banyan tree in the distance and said to Ananda, "Ananda, we shall rest under the shade of." Buddha sat down in the cool shade of the tree. Due to the long journey, he felt very thirsty. He looked at Ananda and said, "Ananda, while we were coming, I noticed a small river on the way. Can you go there and..." Ananda immediately bowed to his master, took an earthen pot, and walked toward the river. The river was only a short distance away. But as soon as Ananda reached the riverbank, he saw something. Actually, just a minute before Ananda arrived, a few merchant bullock carts had crossed that small river. Due to the heavy wheels of the carts and the hooves of the bullocks, all the calm mud of the river had dissolved. Dried leaves, twigs, and mud were floating on top of the water. The water had become so dirty and muddy that it was impossible to even see one's reflection in it. Ananda thought, "This water is not fit for drinking at all. How can I give such a..." Ananda returned disappointed. He kept the pot empty, sat at Buddha's feet, and said, "Lord, the water of that river has become highly contaminated. Because of the bullock carts, all the mud has risen to the top. That water is not..." Ananda further suggested, "There is a large village a few miles away from here. If you permit me, I will go there and fetch sweet and clean water from a well." Buddha opened his eyes, a deep and serene smile on his face. He said to Ananda, "No, Ananda, we do not need to go to any village. We will drink the water from that very river. You just sit here quietly." Hearing Buddha's words, Ananda sat there silently, but many questions were still floating in his mind. He was wondering how dirty water could clear up. After about half an hour had passed, Buddha opened his eyes once again and looked at Ananda. He said, "Ananda, the time has come now. Go and fetch water from..." Ananda bowed to Buddha and walked down the same path again. His steps were slow because he felt he would have to return empty. But as soon as Ananda reached the riverbank, he could not believe his eyes. The sight of the river had completely changed. The mud and dry leaves that were making the water dirty had now all settled down at the bottom of the river. The water on top looked as clear and pure as the rays of the sun were shining on the clear water. Ananda's face lit up with joy. He immediately filled his pot with the cool water and rushed back to Buddha.